Over a period of around 2 years, I've self-learned Arabic from a level where I could pretty much only read the Quran quite well, but not understand anything, to a level where I could actually understand the Quran when it was being recited and also have intermediate conversations quite well in Arabic with people who speak Arabic. But I could have achieved all of that so much faster if I implemented what I'm going to tell you in this video. In fact, I honestly believe I could have done it in 3 to 6 months. Everything I have learned so far, I could have learned in 3 to 6 months. See, it all begins with the starting point. I remember in 2020 when my Iman was at an all-time low, and honestly, I barely believed in Islam at this stage. Despite that, I could recite the Quran with perfect pronunciation, but not understanding anything. It was during this time that I went to Umrah and made dua to Allah to heal this problem within me and make me a better Muslim again. And a few months later, Alhamdulillah, Arabic entered my life completely unexpectedly. I was sitting there at night on my computer at like 11 p.m. or something, just searching on Google how to learn Arabic. The first thing that comes up was this Duolingo course where it didn't make you sign up or anything, just threw me right into it, right? So I started doing it and I realized this is actually fun. It wasn't because it was Duolingo necessarily, it was just that the prospect of learning Arabic was exciting because I knew how to read Arabic. All I had to do now was learn the words. But on top of that, the app was very simple. It was a straightforward lesson. I learned like one word that day. And that's the first point, is to start simple. Do not overload yourself. This is a common mistake that people make, so I have to mention it in every video. You have to start simple. For me, that was using an app like Duolingo. For you, it could be learning one word a day or writing one word a day in your journal. It could be anything, right? But it needs to be simple. It needs to be something you can sustain. And most of the time, that comes in the form of only learning one word a day. Now, the second thing to understand is that Arabic is split into two parts of your learning, grammar and vocabulary, and you need both. But I'm going to tell you today that vocabulary is far more important than grammar. The reason for this is vocabulary is what makes a language. It's made of words. It's made of thousands and thousands. Honestly, Arabic is like 12 million words. If you're telling me, if you knew all 12 million words and didn't know a single grammar rule, you weren't fluent in Arabic? Of course you would be. But if I told you every single grammar rule and you learned every grammar rule, but you had like a maximum vocabulary of like 500 words, can you speak Arabic? Probably not. So, number one, it's important to prioritize vocabulary. And this is easy. All you need to do is just pick up words. That's why I tell people to do this so much. Picking up vocabulary just comes in the form of writing down a word every single day on your wall or whatever it may be. Behind me, there's that wall over there where I just write down a word, write its meaning next to it. Then I just sit on my bed, look at my wall, look at the Arabic side and try to remember the meaning. Look at the English side, try to remember what it is in Arabic. Simple as that. That's what I call the wall method. From now on, I'm going to be calling it the wall method because it works. So, vocabulary is the most important. But there will be a stage that obviously you need to learn grammar. And this is especially important when you're trying to understand the Quran more accurately. For grammar, Alhamdulillah, I was lucky that I learned the basics in school. However, there was still a lot to learn. And for that, I used this book called Medina Reader. With Medina Reader, all I did was just go through the lessons where I didn't understand. There was YouTube online, there was stuff online that would just take you through it. But using a book with all the grammar and structured learning was the most important to learning grammar. So you can use Medina Reader, or you can use this other book called Arabi Bayna Yadayk, which is recommended by like a friend of mine as well. But the important thing is that you go through these books slowly as well. Now on to number 3. I remember when I actually learned a fair bit of Arabic, when 6 months in, when I could speak basic Arabic and stuff. I wished there was someone I could speak to Arabic in. And truth be told, there was only really one friend I had who I didn't even see much who could speak in Arabic. This was like during the COVID era, so all of a sudden we were all locked in our rooms. And all I could do was pick up Arabic online, but not really have anyone to speak to. But this year I discovered something that if I had back in 2020, it would have blown my mind. You can just speak to ChatGPT. ChatGPT can speak modern standard Arabic. ChatGPT can speak whatever Arabic you tell it to speak. Tell ChatGPT, I'm learning Arabic, I'm at a beginner to intermediate level, I want to have very basic conversations. Can you have a conversation with me? Not on text, on like the voice thing, like the conversation or whatever you want to call it. Do that. I promise you it will blow your mind. You can just use this feature every day. I think maybe there's a limit to it or something, but still, like 5 minutes of speaking in Arabic a day to this AI, like make use of the AI that you have. Like people are always scared of AI. You can use AI to learn Arabic, so just do it. I'm telling you right now, as somebody who has gone through all the stages of trying to learn Arabic, of picking up new grammar, new vocabulary, had I used this feature earlier, I would have been where I am today much faster. In fact, I'm gonna keep using this feature. I'm gonna use this feature to learn Arabic more and more. This is a tool where it can help you at any stage, beginner or advanced. All you need to do is just prompt it to speak with you in Arabic. And then, if you don't understand something, go back to English and say, I didn't understand what that word meant. Can you explain what it means? It'll tell you, and then guess what you do? You write it down on your wall. That's how you learn Arabic. You speak, you expose yourself to it. When you don't understand something, you write it down on your wall, you write it in your book, you remember that thing. Next time, use that word. Simple as that. Learning Arabic is not that hard. All you need is the right mindset, and you need to be surrounded by the right people. That's all. And I have a free community at the bottom which you can join. But that all ties into point number 4. The more you speak and listen, the more you'll be fluent. You just need to expose yourself more to Arabic. That can come in the form of YouTube videos, podcasts, TV shows, whatever it may be. What it is not that important. You just need to expose yourself to the language more and more. That's all I have for today's video. Inshallah, I will see you in the next one.